welcome to Jackrabbit Journal. And it was a nice little weekend for the South Coast State University football team, Hank. A win over USD, and they find out on Sunday a berth in the FCS playoffs. Nice little duo.
Yeah, not bad at all. A convincing win for the Jackrabbits over their rival to the south. Could have been much worse than what it ended up being, but a good effort by the guys. They did what they had to do, and the parents came out, and some folks had some things to say about where we ended up on that end of things. But regardless, the fellas, they've got a place at the table and an opportunity to play for the ultimate prize, national championship.
Right, and Stig talked about it. There was a little bit of trepidation when the pairings came out because Indiana State flashed up there first, and they were the fifth team from the Missouri Valley to get in, and then the Jackrabbits find out that they're playing Montana State in the first round. And here's Stig just in general talking about the expectation that there is in this program now of making the playoffs.
Well, how cool is that? To think that 11 years ago we'd go Division I. We'd been to the playoffs one time as a Division II program, and these players and coaches embraced the vision in third year in a row. And by no means are we saying, we made it. All right, this is the goal, to get into the playoffs to compete for a national championship.
Well, you got to agree, it's kind of a heady time in the football program at SDSU right now, isn't it?
It certainly is. It's been a whole lot of fun watching this senior class, but also watching this program take step after step in the right direction during the transition to Division I. A whole lot of fun, and it's Coach Stig, his staff, all the alumni base, and especially the guys who have been a part of this program over the years can be very proud of what it's achieved up to this point.
All right, Jack's in the playoffs for the third straight year. They play at Montana State, 3 o'clock Central Time on Saturday. If the Jacks win that one, they get NDSU in the second round. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Montana State a little bit more coming up. But first, the business at hand on Saturday. It was the Jacks taking care of business against the Coyotes. 3 touchdowns in the first 12 minutes of the game. Pretty much took care of it in this one.
Absolutely. They were on fire. They continue to be on fire. Things are clicking on the offensive side of the ball. The defense is playing really tremendous ball. They're bending, but they're not breaking, and they're getting things done when they need to.
Yeah, the Zenner touchdown. Sumner hit Schneider for a touchdown. He goes to Jake Winicky for a touchdown. It was 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. And by the time the pillow fight with Joey Fatone started at the end of the first quarter, things were pretty much in hand.
It was, and the Coyotes, it's been a tough year for USD and riddled with injuries. We talked about it at length on the broadcast, but it certainly wasn't their day, and they ran into a buzzsaw because the Jackrabbits are playing the best football they've played all year, and they've got all their guys, for the most part, healthy, and they're poised and ready to make a run in this playoff bracket.
All right, lots of highlights from the first half. We'll go through them with Coach Stig when we come back on Jackrabbit Journal.
Jackrabbit Journal on Midco Sports Network is presented by BillionAuto.com.
Welcome back to Jackrabbit Journal. This, of course, was the rivalry game, SDSU and USD, but South Coast State, we talked about this for 2 weeks now going into this game. They did a nice job just pushing all that rivalry stuff aside and getting ready for this game.
Yep, which is exactly what they did. They got ready for this game, and they took care of business as quickly as possible against, quite frankly, an inferior team that was really in shambles coming into this past week. So that's what they needed to do. They didn't want to dink around and let the Coyotes have keep any hope of being in that game. They want to shut them down early, get the young guys some quality reps in the second half of the ball game, and move on into the postseason.
All right, Coach Stig took his 1-0 mantra even further in this game. Here's Stig, and then the first half of the game.
We had preached it for really 4 weeks in a row: win the play, win the next play. And we took 1-0 and broke it down into 237 plays, whatever it is, with special teams and offense and defense. And in that first quarter, we won a lot of plays.
All right, and right off the bat here, win the toss, take the football. You wanted the football right away. Why?
That's just our mentality. Unless the wind is a huge factor, we're going to take the football and just say we got our first opportunity to score. And we believe in our team. And this is a great example of us winning the play. Brady returns the ball here past the 50. A tremendous job by our return team.
Angarelli into Coyote territory on the first play of the football game, and then Austin Sumner goes to work. And Jake Wenicky has been amazing despite having a bad leg, and Austin was just dropping it into his big guys all game.
Austin is playing the best football he's ever played, and twofold, he should be. He's a senior, but number two, he's missed a lot of plays, so he's making everything out of these reps he has.
And then Zach from 10 yards to get you on the board right away.
Yeah, a great scheme by our offensive coaches. Literally no tackler there. That's what you look for. Try to find an advantage. They later on adjusted to that formation, but we got him on that one.
Good block by Jacob Onasorgi on that first drive. 7-0 Jackson, then got some pressure on the quarterback with Sherlock and your guys.
Yeah, we had one sack in the game. We had some pressure, and in reality, what do you want? You want an incomplete pass, get off the field.
All right, next Jack's possession. Sumner to Jason Schneider. Talk about guys that have just gutted it out all season and having another big year.
Yeah, he's just playing hurt, playing tremendous football. You can see him limping around there. Result of the field there. You know, he knew where he's going. The corner slipped. He got some extra yards.
This was a great throw and a great grab.
Yeah, just those two guys have done that so much. What a combination. And I know Wenicky makes a lot of plays, but that young man there, Jason Schneider, has been a premier player for us.
Jack's up 14-0 midway through the first quarter here, and then after the defense holds another 3-and-out, Sumner again to Jake Wenicky for 37.
Yeah, we just were able to get behind their corner and have a threat on their safety in the middle of the field, and we're able to just hit the soft spot. Again, it's hard to play defense on this footing because you can't get going like a receiver's getting going.
And then Austin looks around a little bit, finds Wenicky right under the goalpost.
Again, this was like we drew it up. Coach Eidsness and his offensive staff noticed when you bunch, this is what happens, and it happened again. And you have to execute. Give credit to the offense, the offensive staff, but big plays.
All right, 21-0 Jacks in the first quarter, and then 3rd and 7 here. Dallas Goddard is a guy we're going to hear a lot about in the next couple of years, right?
Well, if he keeps going, if he keeps working hard, I mean, redshirt freshman, non-scholarship guy, just has done. He's really impressed us, and I'm really happy for him.
Makes the grab there. 21-0 Jacks at the end of the first quarter. Justin Syrovatka comes on, been solid for the entire season. 14th straight game with a field goal for Syrovatka, and it's 24-0 Jacks on top. Now USD in the second quarter there, they started to put a couple drives together.
They got some things going here. They kind of turned us around on that play. We should arrive and tackle him once he catches the ball, but again, we were slipping around. The University of South Dakota is not a bad football team. We just hit, and they didn't. Here you can see him moving the football. That's a good football player there. Their top receiver. They had the things going here.
All right, they get it a 3rd and goal here at the 8-yard line. And a little bit of help from the snap there, but the defense will hold on this drive.
Yeah, good pressure here. We should have sacked him right there. Chase Kern, true freshman, didn't get him. But again, keep him out of the end zone.
They come on for a field goal here and keep him out of the end zone, and then they miss a field goal. And this is just kind of the way the first half went.
Well, it went like that for them and went like that for us, you know. So we're playing our tails off and never give up type of attitude. And I know they're disappointed not getting the points, but again, that adds to our momentum.
Next possession, Zach Zenner, great runner. Been a good receiver this year, too.
Again, like we drew it up, like we saw on film, caught him with nobody in the flat and big play. And it was hard for Zach to run the football, both their scheme and the mud, but get him the ball in the open field, good things happen.
50 yards on the connection there to Zenner. 31-0. Jacks in the lead. Next Coyote possession here. Again, they're going to move it down the field. Kevin Earl, very good quarterback. And Eric Schufert had a good game for them. Gets 18 plus the penalty here. Yeah. But comment on that?
Yeah, dumb football. And Jake knew that. He didn't give that impression that what's up, you know. He knew he made a mistake, and he came back and played some good football after that. Right, here we don't fit it. We just don't fit it. We don't tackle. That's disappointing, but the result's going to be good in the end.
Yeah, Nick Mears knocks him out at the 2-yard line there, and it turns out that the hustle by Mears does turn into a positive here, because 1st and goal we're going to see a stop by the Jacks.
Yeah, there you fit it right. There you're supposed to have one guy free. You had 2 guys free. Cole Langer beat his guy, and Jesse Bobbitt's there to make the play.
All right, 2nd and goal. Jimmy Forsythe in coverage.
Really good job here by Jimmy doing his job. That's good execution on their part. He hits him in the hands. Again, it's cold. It's sloppy out there. Jimmy gets the ball out.
All right, 3rd and goal. TJ Lally and Nick Mears on the stop.
Yeah, they had a good play. We had a blitz on the other side, and you give credit to TJ and Mears just playing football, making the play, keeping him out of the end zone.
And then getting 4th and goal and keep him out of the end zone again. Melvin Tavares will make the play.
Yeah, they've got to go for it here. We've got a blitz, so they got to throw it quick. And and hard throw, slipping around, big play.
All right, and go back to the play by Mears. Every play makes a difference. Hustles, knocks him out at the 2, and then after another SDSU 3 and out, Jerian Butler with an interception here. This was a crazy play.
Well, this is what you teach. You said play the hands. He's supposed to strip it out. He said, why strip it out? I'll just take it away from him. So I don't know who really caught the ball, the combination, but big play. I'm not sure why Jerian looked at the cheerleaders with what he should do. Just take a knee and celebrate with your teammates.
He was looking at the clock. I think he thought the half was over. And
yeah, he was thinking, I don't have time to run to the other end of the end zone. I gotcha.
All right, 31-0 at halftime. Was the job done at this point?
Well, you go in the locker feeling good, but you go in the locker also knowing that you got a half of football to play, and it really kind of defines you. And we found out we didn't play as good as we could. USD played better.
31-0 at the break. Sumner with 249 yards and 3 touchdowns at this point. Schneider with some big numbers. Nick Mears leading the defense with 5 tackles. And a more Jackrabbit defense in the second half as SDSU puts it away and on to the playoffs. Back with that next.
Jackrabbit Journal on Midco Sports Network is presented by BillionAuto.com.
The Jackrabbits lead the Coyotes 31-0 at halftime, and Stig was happy with the win that they do come away with here, but not so excited really about how his team played in the second half.
When we grade the film in that second half, we find out, are we doing things right? And then you have to give credit where credit's due. We didn't play as well as we could.
All right, 31-0 though at the half, and we will start it out here with Austin Sumner going back to work again. Trevor Wesley making a grab.
You know, we thought they would adjust to Winicky on the outside, and we were able to hit Trevor, give him a little love and get him the ball. But again, offense is moving the football.
Are we over-romanticizing the return of Austin Sumner, or is he just thrown it as well as he ever has?
Look at that. I mean, it's he's special. He's special, and he's having a special time right now. This means so much to him. You can't put it into words how special these games are.
All right, that set up another field goal. It's 34-0. Jack's on top, and then Sumner. This was another perfect throw to Jake Winicky.
Yeah, and that's what you would call double coverage, And Jake's got a way to go up, but you got to get the ball there. And again, awesome, great job.
All right, you would punt on that drive, but the scoring was pretty much done. 34-0. USD though on 3rd and 7. Really good catch by their guy Brant Van Rukel. And again, they made some plays in the second half.
They did. They're a good Missouri Valley team. They haven't won a lot of games, but they're a good football team. Jake fell down there. Here you see them put the big guy in, and literally are not tackling, not grabbing cloth. That should be a 4-yard play, 5-yard play, but not at that many yards.
250-pound fullback there, and he did some damage in the second half. But the Jacks D holds again, pressure again on the quarterback by Shane Gottlob.
Yeah, good coverage. You see 2 guys around the ball where the quarterback's throwing it there, and it helps to have the pressure because then the quarterback, his concentration is frayed.
34-0. Jacks going into the fourth quarter, swinging out to Brady Mangarelli.
Yeah, he's in place. People wondered why we took Zenner out last game of his senior year potentially. We asked him. We said, Zach, what do you want to do? He said, give the other guys the reps. All right, he has zero interest in how many yards or touchdowns or whatever. Unbelievable team player.
Syrovatka again from 34 yards, and he was perfect on the day. It's 37-0 Jackrabbits, and you give up a couple of late scores with some of the second team guys out there, but that's part of what you're saying. You still want to play out the entire ball game and finish it well, right?
Yeah, when I'm a second team guy or a third team guy and I go in there, that doesn't mean I play like a second or third team guy. I go in and I do my best. That's my resume, right? That allows you to get more reps the next game or the next year or whatever. So go out and play your best football. We didn't do that.
All right, but congratulations. The playoffs. Talk about Sunday morning. You guys are sitting there. How much trepidation was there for you guys waiting to see whether you were going to get in? You didn't know until that show was on, did you?
We did not. Last year we knew we were in, and that was a relief. And it would have been nice to know that because, again, we were the last name that came up on the screen. Indiana State came up, and there was a bunch of talk kind of under the breath of our whole football team. So there's 90 guys in there all talking about how can this happen? Are we in? Are we out? And I didn't know what they were saying, but I just kind of heard the rumble, and then it went on and on and on. We're the last team that comes up. We think we're in, but who knows? And there's some subjectivity. And when I look at first team in or last team in, teams on the bubble, who knows?
And to see Sumner and Zenner and Schneider and all the other guys get paid off, all those seniors, is a beautiful thing.
It's an unbelievable reward for me as a coach, our coaching staff, to know that those seniors, the best senior class by victories ever to play at South Dakota State, 3 playoff appearances. Let's put an exclamation point on this thing.
37-14 final. Sumner 395 yards. He's got 761 yards and 9 touchdowns in his last 2 games. Winneke gets his 15th touchdown. And let's take our quick weekly look at the Jerry Rice Award watch list and Jake Winneke. These are against the other receivers on this award list, possibly for the Freshman of the Year in FCS football, and it's not even close.
No, it's not. Give the man the award.
Please do it now. You done talking about this USD game? We want to talk about Montana State?
Let's do that.
All right, the Jacks travel to Montana State this Saturday for the first round of the FCS playoffs. We will break down the Bobcats next.
Jackrabbit Journal on Midco Sports Network is presented by BillionAuto.com.
Welcome back. The Jackrabbits open the FCS playoffs this Saturday in Bozeman, Montana against Montana State. Last time SDSU played there was 2004, a game that you were in, lost by a field goal, I believe. But what's it like playing in Bozeman?
It is a great experience. Nice venue. The one thing that I took away from that game that I'll always remember is how ruthless their fan base was. They are going to show up in full force. They're averaging 18,000 fans per game this year. There will be 20,000 plus there, and they will not be messing around.
All right, the Bobcats play in the Big Sky Conference. They went 8-4 this year, 6-2 in the Big Sky. They have a quarterback named Dakota Prukop, leads the team in passing and rushing. He has 30 total touchdowns this year. He's been out, though, the last 2 games with a knee injury, and they played without him this past Saturday in their loss to Montana. But the Bobcats sounds like they're just looking forward to getting it going this weekend.
Everything just added up for a good day for Montana and a bad one for Montana State. But the Bobcats had a strong playoff resume, and they got in regardless of the result. And, you know, as the cliche goes, everybody's 0-0 right now, and that is absolutely how Montana State is approaching it.
All right, so their quarterback, Prukop, is questionable. Don't know who the Jacks defense is going to face going into this. But on the flip side, you think the SDSU offense can keep rolling against this Montana State defense?
Well, it certainly looks like there could be some opportunity for the passing game specifically. Montana State's pass defense is ranked last in the Big Sky Conference right now. Total defense, they're second to last, so they've been giving up a lot of yards. They've been giving up some points, but they know how to score them themselves as well.
All right, could be a high-scoring game. Montana State set a school record for points this year, but again, 3 o'clock game Central Time this Saturday in Bozeman. The winner moves on to play North Dakota State in the second round. Up next, our rapid fire interview with Justin Syrovatka. Can the Roosevelt grad actually name all the other presidents on Mount Rushmore? Stay tuned.
Jackrabbit Journal on Midco Sports Network is presented by BillionAuto.com.
Jackrabbit kicker Justin Syrovatka is the Missouri Valley Special Teams Player of the Week, and more importantly, he is in this week's Rapid Fire interview.
How many ways has your last name been butchered?
Probably too many to count on my fingers and toes.
What's the worst pronunciation you've ever heard?
I don't know, maybe Syrovatka?
So they just added letters to it.
Yeah, that's about all they did to it.
Why are you number 49? Field goal kickers always seem to have weird numbers in college. Why are you 49?
Well, in high school I was 88, so I asked to be that, and they already said that somebody had 88. And then when I got here, I just got whatever numbers were left. And then I found out my roommate got number 88, and the person who originally had 88 wasn't playing anymore. So I got stuck with 49, and I just stayed with it.
Describe your current hairstyle right now.
Well, I don't know. All my friends call it the flow. We all had a bet on who could go the longest with it, and I was the only one who was stuck with it so far.
All right, you went to Sioux Falls Roosevelt. This is Tess. You should know this. Can you name all the presidents on Mount Rushmore?
No. Lincoln, Washington, Roosevelt, Jefferson.
You got it.
All right.
It's easy. It's the Sioux Falls schools, and then you got to remember the extra one, which is Jefferson. What is your favorite TV show right now?
I've been watching a lot of Property Brothers because I'm looking at getting a house and I don't know if I'm gonna try and remodel one or buy one that doesn't need to be remodeled. So I've been watching a lot of that.
What is your favorite part of Brookings?
Probably the atmosphere at the games. It's not the biggest city. Like you said, I'm from Sioux Falls, so I'm used to a little bit bigger of a city. But the atmosphere at the game, you can't really beat it.
What is your favorite Coach Stiegelmeier catchphrase?
Just probably the standard holy nutmeg, because you never know when he's going to use it, and it always comes out.
What was your reaction the first time you heard holy nutmeg?
I think I just looked at him like, what are you talking about, until I finally realized it's what he always uses.
Who are bigger divas in general, kickers or punters?
Oh, man, I got to go with the punters. They're always flopping all over the place, acting like they got hit.
Is that true with Ethan Sawyer?
Eth tries not to do it. I've seen him flop a couple times, though.
What are your thoughts as you line up to kick a field goal? Do you have the same thing, or does the situation sort of dictate how you're thinking?
Yeah, everybody always asks that. I try and just go out there and not think about anything, as hard as that is to do, and just go out there and try and do whatever I can.
Last question, your favorite field goal kick of all time?
Probably the UNI one, just because it was the closest I've had to a game winner, and then it made up for last year's miss at UNI, or here against UNI.
Perfect. Justin Syrovatka, thanks for playing Rabbit Fire.
Thank you.
All right, thanks to Justin Syrovatka.
Jacks in Montana State this Saturday.
We'll talk about it next week on Jackrabbit Journal.